Hi guys, happy Saturday! It's weekend! Yay! You probably have a day off. I definitely hope so. And, well, since you see this, you're surfing the internet, at least YouTube. I wanted to show you, just like every Saturday, what I did this week, art-wise, and, looking back at things, kind of reviewing my own stuff, what I liked about it, what I didn't or do not now looking back at it, stuff like that. So I'm starting with the video that I published yesterday, and I can't hold up the painting because it's downstairs in my hallway and I already hung it up. If you saw the blog or the end of the video, you saw how I arranged the paintings on that particular wall in our hallway, and excuse me, I'm very sorry, but I'm not gonna take it down. So I'm working from the photos here, and I'm going to insert the photo so that you know what I'm talking about. And I really like the outcome. It's something different. It's always difficult to paint a painting on multiple on multiple canvases if you have an actual object with dimensions and depth and whatnot to be painted. If it's quote unquote just an abstract painting where you go with lines in certain colors that connect, that could be way easier. But with the cliff and the stones here and making sure that the horizon of the ocean is very much the same on two canvases, that was kind of difficult. But that was why I did paint the painting on this particular desk here and not at my easel, which would size-wise be the case for the lowest canvas with the stones and everything in the beach, because that was actually big enough to work on an easel, which I find way more comfortable than working on the desk here. There is certain paintings that I prefer to do on the desk, but it's not my preferred angle I work in. Anyways, I liked the outcome, and this was the first painting this year where I didn't use any acrylics that I wanted to get rid of. If you saw a couple of this vlogs episodes here on the channel, you've heard me talking over and over again that I want to get rid of certain colors, that I'm feeling very confident to mix my own colors with acrylics and pretty much achieve all the colors that I want, because I actually can do it in other media, and I, well, could have gone that step 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I don't know why I held off that for that long, but I did. And this was the first painting where I finally mixed my own colors and just went with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. I have in 8, I think, 8 colors that I'm using only to achieve any other color, and that includes black and white. So I'm very happy how that particular painting turned out. I really like especially the yellow ochre part of the cliff. I like that, and the stones, I think they worked fine. I'm okay, but not overly happy with the canvas on top, the one with only one cloud. It could have gotten a second more prominent cloud in the end, but I think it's fine, because as you can see on the blog post for the painting, there's a vase in front, and there's a second painting on the adjacent wall. So I think it's fine that there's not too much detail on the sky there. So was really happy with it, and I really dig mixing my own colors, and it's amazing how few drops of color you need when you mix on your own for that size of canvases. So I was very, very happy with that. I also, let's go for the parts that I don't have here anymore because I sent them already or they're hanging downstairs. I finished a commission that I got on the Sydney Opera House. A customer commissioned the same painting once I had published my video, and that canvas, the original one, is hanging downstairs as well, and the commission was finished this week. I did that and was very happy with the outcome. It's a bit more cleaned up with the lines than the first original piece of work was, but I think I prefer that since it's an architectural painting and I was kind of sloppy in the original painting, so I'm very happy with the commission, how it turned out, and it's already on its way to the customer, and I'm hoping that he is very happy with what I produced. I also produced a thank you card, which I always send with any commissions or any artwork that I send out to customers. There's always a thank you card because I think it's just nice. And since I know the customer a tiny bit and I know that he's just as much of a nerd as my husband and I are, I made a nerdy thank you card, and here's just a tiny picture of it. Was just done with markers, just doodling, and I'm not gonna explain anything. It's just a joke between the guy and me, and so, and I should say. I should speak proper English, don't you think? So that was pretty much the things that I don't have in my studio anymore, but that I produced this week. And now let's go for the one on Monday. Oh, by the way, I also produced a birthday card, which is still in my studio, but the person who will get that card might watch the channel, so I'm not showing. Maybe I talk about that card next week in the vlog, because then the birthday is over, so not ruining any surprises anymore. Let's get to the art journal, shall we? I made this particular page here for this week, or it's actually for last week, but I published it this week, and it was the last January page. I did talk a bit in the art journal vlog already about that painting and the background, but I just wanted to review it and see if I liked it just as much. I still think that the splatters here look like blood, so yay, not transparent watercolors, which are highly pigmented. It's like awesome. But they still look like blood spatter, so oops. I still like the tulip. I think especially this leaf here, I like that a lot. It's really the focal point of the painting. I'm still okay with the bulbs, the balls in the background, the gray ones. I think they work nicely with the gray. Going back, I would have maybe not added the splatter or less of it, because it takes away from the focal point. It takes away from the sentiment, and it pushes the balls so much into the background that you easily overlook them. You're supposed to only recognize them, but not really have a focus on them. But I think the splatter takes away a tiny bit too much when it comes to the background, and also this particular part here around the tulip. But then again, I mean, this page is like a protest page against all the gray and drabbiness out there, which you always have in January. So I think the splatter of the red color could pretty much be my expression of the protest against the weather. And like, I'm not gonna get depressed. You're not gonna get me. Here's my color, and I'm gonna have anything but gray in my life, in my studio, my daily routine. So maybe you could argue like that, but again, I think would I do it again, I would maybe lessen or leave the splatter out of it. So that was the art journal page. And then the only other thing that I did, at least artwork producing wise, or publishing wise, was my Tiny Tuesday of the guy sipping coffee or tea or soup or whatnot. And I think he's dorky. I kind of like him because he looks rough and scruff with the beard and the stringy hair and whatnot, and the slightly too large nose. But you know, it's a cartoon. You overdo certain facial features in a cartoon, so that's fine. I really like how the watercolor behaved on this cardstock, which has like a finish to it. It doesn't suck in any color at all, so it's pretty much a swimmy thing going on here. So I had to make sure to not use too much water, otherwise the pigment would have just gone off of the cardstock. But I really like it, especially here with the cup, the blue to the browns or grays. I really like the outcome here. It's very simple and very clean. There's not a big story I tell here on first glance. I do on second glance, but I'm not gonna tell you which story it is. You gotta find out, or maybe make up your own story. That's a thing that I'd like you to do when you look at my artwork. Just try to be as weird and crazy as I am. So this is pretty much what happened in my studio this week. Of course, there happened more. I did some more artwork. I did finish stuff, but I'm not gonna show yet because, again, I'm having videos for those which I'm going to release in a week or two. So I don't want to take away stuff, and I don't want to talk about something that I can't show you right now, which makes it maybe a bit more difficult to, well, follow my weird thoughts. So I'm just waiting a week or two until everything's published, and then I'm going to talk about the artwork that I did there. So this is pretty much it. I hope you had fun watching and listening to me ramble about the work that I did this week. I hope you have a very good weekend. If you have any questions, any comments, anything you want to throw at me, leave it in the comment section below. I would very much appreciate that. I would also appreciate you liking and or sharing this video, because it helps a lot. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I got lots of art videos, cooking videos, board game videos, and weird vlogs for you pretty much every day of the week. So thanks again, happy weekend, and go create!